Hey everybody, Mike here. I got another product in the mail the other day. I want to go get this thing out of the box and show you guys what this thing's all about. This was sent out to me by the brand to try out and test. In exchange, I'm just going to tell you guys what I think about this. So we're going to get this thing out of the box. I haven't actually got this out yet. We'll look at this thing together. Now, this hand warmer, from what I understand, the research I did on this before it got here, is a pretty serious deal. Now, I've had a few of these things in the past. Honestly, this thing just got out of the box here is a lot larger than the ones that I've had. My wife actually bought me a set of these things a couple years ago. I work outside for a living, so I'm always using those little throwaway hand warmers throughout the day just to keep warm. And she thought having these little hand warmers would be a good idea just for me to have something with me and I could reuse. That way I wasn't creating so much waste. Right out of the box here, you get this little storage case right here. That's pretty nice. Be able to keep this thing stored away and not worry about tearing up the finish on it. It's got this little lanyard as well that's included with it. I'm gonna throw this on here now, get that dude installed. It just goes like that, run it through itself, and there we go. So there you go, that's on there now. That's kind of handy too, be able to grab that, or you can put this thing around your wrist even, like this, when you're carrying it, just to kind of hold on to it. And then it does come with a charge cable as well. Now they're going to get this thing turned on. Now they say it's got rapid heat. I think it's supposed to heat up within 3 seconds. So let me go ahead and push this button on the top here. So you got to push and hold it. Okay, so I got one little red light on here right now. So we'll see if I get some heat going to this thing. Oh, it's already hot. It's already warming up. So you got this big surface area right here on the front side, and on the back side here, you got the little surface here, but both of them heat up. And man, I could already feel, and that's on the low setting. That's crazy. Something I wanted to check on this thing as well, because it's got 3 different settings here on the front, then it's actually got like a turbo mode. So my understanding on the low setting is you're gonna get around 16 hours of battery life out of this thing. That's crazy. That's a lot of battery life, man. And on that turbo setting, or what they're calling the extra heat mode, you're still gonna get 6 hours of battery out of this thing. Now that's attributed to the fact that this has a 10,000 milliamp hour battery inside of it, which actually is the equivalent of some of these little power banks that you can get to charge your phone. And in fact, this thing's also got that built into it as well. So on the side door here, if you open this dude up, you'll see that it's got a USB-A and a USB-C here. So I can actually plug a charge cord into this. I can charge my phone or other devices from this as well and use it as a hand warmer. So it's kind of a 2-in-1 deal. But there's also one more feature. If you look here on this side of the unit, it's got a button here for a flashlight. Now that flashlight's not the brightest thing in the world, but I'll tell you what, for what it is, it's actually pretty bright. If you get it again, it looks like it's got a strobe light, and then one more time turns it off. Now what I wanted to do real quick, this thing's been running for a minute. I want to see what the temperature is. So I've got a little temp gun here. I'll go ahead and hook that on the surface here. So on the low setting, the first setting, we are at 103 degrees on this front side here. On the back side, 102. So pretty much the same. Let's go ahead and dial this up to one setting before that turbo mode. So basically it's the third highest setting. I want to see what this thing heats up to on that side. Oh my goodness, that thing just got warm. So I'm not talking like this is just a little bit warm, guys. If your hands are cold and it's 0 degrees outside and you need heat, this thing produces some heat, let me tell you. So that's already warmed up. Let's go and see what we got here now. Looks like we're sitting at about 115 degrees. Backside, about the same, 114 degrees. So 114 degrees in my hand, and this thing's not instant, but it's really close to it. So let's go ahead and dial this up to that turbo mode. I'm not sure that I really even know why we need the turbo, but let's go ahead and do it. So to get this thing into turbo mode, what you've got in the third setting on this, if you hold down your flashlight button like I just showed you, that puts it in the turbo. That front lights up. Oh my goodness, that's warm. I can't even hold on to that. That's hot. Why do you need that? Holy cow. That's awesome, I guess. If it's really cold outside, I'm sure that feels a lot better. My shop's about 75 degrees right now, so that's probably why it feels so warm to me. But we put a temp gun on this thing, and I'm 135 degrees right now. I'll see if I can show you that here. I don't know if you see the screen on that temp gun or not, but that's 135, 134, I think is what it said. 136 actually. Backside, same thing. That's crazy. The two that I've got are probably maybe a third of the size that I've been using for a couple years now. So honestly, unless you really need to crank some heat out of this thing, I'll have to see when winter comes. I'm not sure if I'd ever really even use that turbo mode because that thing gets warm, I'm telling you. But that's probably a good thing. I mean, if it's advertising 6 hours of battery life out of the turbo, the extended heat mode, and I'm probably only gonna run this on 2 or 3, that means I'm gonna get like 10 hours, 12 hours out of this thing. That's pretty sweet. There's something cool about this too. This is in that blue color. There's 4 different colors available. So I think you can get it in like camo, black, blue, and orange. So you gotta take your pick on that. Now they also sell these in a pair as well. So this right here, I've just got the one, but if you wanted one for each hand, each pocket, you could absolutely get that as well. But I'm telling you guys, if you had this thing in your pocket and you had gloves on at the same time, you would feel the heat through your glove. That's how hot this thing is getting. So that's pretty cool. And then not to mention, like I said, you can use this on your phone and other devices. That's a really cool feature. And it's got a flashlight. This is a great thing to put in your purse, put in your book bag, or just even throw in the car and have it with you in case of emergency if you got stranded on the side of the road or you need to get a quick charge on your battery, guys. Other than that, that's all I've got for you. I appreciate you taking the time to watch. We'll catch you guys on the next one.